Hey guys, so in the past couple days, a lot of you guys have been visiting my stream and asking a lot of questions, which is great. I love that. Thank you so much for coming to my stream, hanging out, and asking questions. That is what I'm here for, right? But in the process of streaming and answering all these questions, there have definitely been a couple questions that have risen to the top as questions that a lot of people have. So I wanted to make this list here today to kind of go over the most frequently asked questions that I've gotten on my stream and answer them all at once and have them in a place that you guys can go to every time you have a question. And also, I'll probably be updating this list as I get more questions, and also in the comment section below, please leave your questions and I'll try to answer them as much as I can, and maybe some of them will make it onto this list as well. So if you don't want to watch the video, want to skip it, feel free. The list is down in the description below. But we're going to go over this list together. So there's going to be two separate sections here, the Ignite server section and the just general tier 4 section. The general tier 4 section is much longer than the Ignite server section, but we're going to go over both. So first, Ignite servers. When can you transfer your characters out of the Ignite servers? And the answer to that is October 23rd. That is the date that Amazon has set as the day that we can all transfer our characters out of the Ignite server the moment we hit 1620. Now, if you hit 1620 right now, what can you do? Well, if it's October 23rd or after, then you just transfer it. If not, just wait until October 23rd and then you can transfer it then. Feel free to play on the servers if you want to play it more, but in general, for the veterans, we're probably going to be leaving the server afterwards and just waiting until the 23rd. But for new players, I definitely encourage you guys to continue playing there and, make some friends and learn some raids and do all that fun stuff. So that's what you should be doing until October 23rd if you hit 1620. Now, how many characters can you transfer to the Legacy server? The answer to that is only one. Even if you have an entire roster of 6 characters, you can only transfer one of those characters to the Legacy server. And then for the main story quest, can I do the South Curzan main story quest and activate Arc Passive from the Ignite servers? Unfortunately not. That is not possible. So after you're done with getting to 1620, you've done everything you want. Unfortunately, that's kind of it for you. There's no main story quest, there's no Arc Passive. Heck, even on the Legacy servers right now, we can't activate our Arc Passive yet because, well, you can technically, but it's not really going to be very good. We need to wait until we finish Aegir to be able to get that. Now, for Thaymine, do I need to do it to leave the Ignite servers? No, you don't have to leave do it to leave the Ignite servers, but you need to clear it to get the free level 3 Transcendence. Now, is that something that's worth it? That is up to you. Definitely, Thaymine is going to be a challenge with the gear that we have in the Ignite servers. And if you're a new player, that's going to be even more of a challenge. But if you can find a group of like-minded individuals and try to clear it and try to learn it, it's definitely going to be a great experience in my opinion. So if you are a new player, go ahead and try Thaymine, see if you guys can clear it, learn it, watch videos and such. For experienced players, I'd say your mileage may vary because is the level 3 Transcendence worth the hassle? Maybe not, but it's up to you. And then another question I get a lot is how do I swap gear sets on the Ignite server? So there's a purple guide quest called Guide What is Gear Set Conversion. All you need to do is open up your quest menu, press J, go to the guide section and look for this quest and do it. It's really quick. You just talk to an NPC. And then what class do you recommend for a new returning player? And to that, I have a video right here, best classes for Ignite server. Feel free to click on it and watch it. I put a lot of effort into it, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. But that about wraps up the Ignite server section. A lot shorter than the tier 4 section. And getting into the tier 4 section, here are some of the most commonly asked questions that I get on my stream. So, I mentioned this earlier, but when can you activate your Arc Passive? It depends on your class, but nobody will have it active until we start clearing Aegir. Certain classes will be able to activate it earlier than others because of how the points work and how the points line up. Certain classes will need points further down in the tree to make it worthwhile. Certain classes will have their points, their skills up further in the tree, and you'll be able to activate it earlier. So it just depends on your class, unfortunately. I believe Lost Ark Nexus probably has information on this, so go check there. Next, do Aegir Hard and Normal both give the same rewards? And the answer to that is luckily yes. They do both give the same rewards, but Aegir Hard does give it in a larger quantity. So that is something to keep in mind when you're doing your raids. You don't have to push to 1680 to activate Arc Passive, but the thing is, you will activate Arc Passive earlier if you do push to Egg Gear hard. What are the best life skills to do in tier 4? So from what I've gathered, all life skills are viable, but fishing takes the longest. So most people recommend you not to fish. Some people say like logging is really fast. I think logging is probably what I've heard as the #1, but you need to have a friend to make it very fast, because when you have 2 people cutting the same tree, you'll cut it faster. Whereas if you're doing it solo, you're going to be cutting it very slowly. So yep, there's that. How do I get the new tier 4 trade materials? So you need to be doing your life skills in North Curzan. Unfortunately, you cannot get trade materials from tier 4 anywhere else. And then for Hyper Awakening skill, a lot of people are asking me how do I get the Hyper Awakening skill and T skill, especially on their alts. And what I say to that is you need to be 1640. So do your Canute Fortress, right? Get your gear to 1640. Then there will be a quest that appears on this part of the map called Hyper Awakening Watcher's Call. And that is the one that is for alts. I don't know if the main one has a different name, but definitely that is the name for the alts one. The main one might have a different name, but it's still in the same location. So if you have purple exclamation mark quest here after you hit 1640, that is where you get the Hyper Awakening quest. So go ahead and do that there. And then a big one, are tier 4 chaos dungeons bugged right now, and when should we run them? So yes, Rox has confirmed as this moment 10/12/2024 they are currently bugged and give less silver, but they are going to compensate us based on how much Aura of Resonance we spent. So basically how much chaos dungeon we run. So if we run them, they will go ahead and compensate us for however much that we run. So just feel free to run them, and then you'll get your rewards later when they give us compensation. Should I knowledge transfer my alts through MSQ or just do them all? Well, it kind of depends. If you have the time and patience, do it, because generally it's worth to do it all for the EXP and the cards. But if you're like me and don't have patience, don't have time, whatever it might be, don't like doing horizontal, just skip it, man. It's not worth the headache. But again, it just depends on what you're willing to do. I just got to 1620. Should I advance Hone before I transfer to tier 4? So the answer is no, just transfer to tier 4. General rule of thumb is that if you don't have the materials to advance Hone in this moment that you're asking this question, don't wait and just transfer to tier 4. If you do have the materials, Hone up until you have no more materials, then transfer to tier 4. What accessories do I keep? So in tier 4, we have new accessories. And the general rule of thumb is if it's 67 quality and above, keep it. And then if it's not, then you dismantle it. You can go ahead and roll it and try and see if you can get something good. And then if not, you dismantle it, or you just dismantle it outright. For people who are going to be 1680 on day 1 of Egg Gear hard, I would recommend that you don't try and roll your accessories. I'd say just go ahead and dismantle them, unless you're the gambling type and you want to gamble for the good lines. If that's the case, then again, 67 quality and above, try to gamble it, try to roll it, and if you get something good, then sell it. For me, I'm just going to be dismantling them. Maybe if I get itchy, if I get a really high quality one, I'll, roll it. But in general, I'm just going to dismantle all of them. That way I have enough of the shards for the ancient accessories when they come out after Egg Gear hard. Is the new pet system in the game yet? No, that will come in the November update. What gems should I keep in tier 3 and what should I convert in tier 4? My general rule of thumb is convert all your cooldown gems, doesn't matter what level they are. For damage gems, if they're not level 10, convert them. If they are level 10, if your skill for that damage gem does more than 25% damage of your total damage spread, for example, like Sura Z, Surge Z, maybe even like a Doomsday or something like that, then you go ahead and keep it. But for any other skill that does less than 25% of your damage, then I would say don't convert it. check, I believe Lost Ark Nexus should have this information on their character guides for the class guides. So go over there, check and see if your skill does more than 25% of the damage spread. If it does, keep it as a level 10. If not, convert it. Last thing, should I buy the box for Behemoth and Echidna? At the moment, yes, because it gives shards and materials which are expensive, and shards are very, very premium right now, and there's no way to get shards outside of basically your daily activities. So you're going to be shard gated a lot, and well, I guess there's other ways you can buy it, right? You can buy it from the shop, you can buy it from the market, but in general, those are going to be your most limiting resources. So that about wraps this video up. Hopefully this was helpful to you guys. Again, if you have any other questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll try to answer as many as I can. And also, if you want to see more videos like this, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the sub button. It definitely helps the channel a ton. And I stream every single night on twitch.tv/MisoXShiro starting at 10 p.m. PST. So I would love to see you guys there, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you guys might have. But until next time, hopefully I see you on my stream, but if not, hopefully I see y'all on the next video. Alright guys, peace.